You know, it's a real shame that there's actually people out there who really want to lucid dream, but will never be able to lucid dream. I call these people the anti-lucid dreamer. You've probably heard of naturals. These are people who don't even need to do freaking techniques. Don't even need to really look into lucid dreaming. They just naturally and effortlessly have lucid dreams at will. The anti-lucid dreamer is the exact opposite of this. This is somebody who can try all the freaking techniques, be even cycling through different techniques, reading all these different books, trying all these different things, watching all these different videos. But no matter how hard they try, just can't have a lucid dream. Now, believe me, I know how freaking frustrating it is when you know all the amazing things that you can do in a lucid dream. From flying, meeting your favorite hero, fulfilling wildest fantasies, healing yourself, speaking to your subconscious mind, your higher self, and asking deep questions you've always wanted the answer to, driving a Formula One car, figuring out your greatest talents, and the list goes on. It's infinite. But when you try so hard and for so long, it gets frustrating when you're not seeing the results that you expect. And not only that, I don't know about you, but I used to draw some crazy conclusions. Sometimes I used to think like maybe everybody on the internet is just freaking a really good liar, and they're all keeping this facade that lucid dreaming is real when it doesn't actually exist. Right? It crossed my mind. I don't know if you've ever thought of something like that. I can assure you that lucid dreaming does exist. Well, now you probably think I'm one of those people keeping up the lie. I promise you, okay? I promise you it does exist. Or sometimes you can even feel like maybe you just don't have the ability. Like maybe this is just not for you. You'll never be able to do it. Now, I want to say one thing though. The good news is lucid dreaming does exist. The second good news is you can lucid dream. Even if you are right now an anti-lucid dreamer, there are some simple things that we can take care of to start to reverse this so that you can have your first or next lucid dream as early as tonight and have more regular spontaneous lucid dreams too. And by the way, if you're new to the channel, this is Joshua Andre, and I remind you who you truly are so that ultimately you can awaken to your higher self and live in your highest destiny reality. And as you know, mastering this dream space can help with your highest destiny reality. So what are the traits of an anti-lucid dreamer? Well, the first one, very simple. This is what I call a logic locked mind. A logic locked mind. See, the problem is whenever we learn new techniques or whenever we learn about lucid dreamings, oftentimes people get it. Like they learn it and they get it. They're like, okay, I understand that. But they are locked in the logic of it. It's almost like if I say to you, think of a fire. Like, describe a fire to me. You might say, fires are hot, fires are orange, they look cool. But if I was to take your hand and take you to an actual fire, like right in front of a massive campfire, and I say, describe it, you'd be like, man, this fire's hot. Man, it kind of looks wavy, looks kind of cool, looks kind of spiritual, esoteric. Actually, it looks a bit like some plasma. The way that you're explaining it now when you're there, you're not just explaining it from logic, you're explaining it from awareness. So the problem that I see with a lot of people when they're getting into lucid dreaming or they're trying to figure out these techniques is they understand it intellectually, logically, like they get it. Trust me, they get it. You ask them about lucid dreaming, they're like, yeah, lucid dreaming, in the night you can do X, Y, Z. It happens because of A, B, C. When you're in a lucid dream, this will happen. These are the techniques you can do. But when you ask them about their awareness, their experience of it, it's not the same. So what do we need to do? Very simple. What we need to do is we need to start training our inner awareness. You can also put senses, training our inner awareness or senses. How do we do this? There are many ways that we can do this actually. What I like to do whenever I guide people through this specific process with me is I like to start simple. At a bare minimum, I recommend people for 5 to 20 minutes in the day doing something that builds this inner awareness, these inner senses. And why it's important to do it in the day is because of this. Imagine you want to learn a new skill. Maybe you want to learn violin, guitar, how to play American football, how to race. Whatever the skill, ride a horse. I don't know why a horse just popped into my mind. I had to say, okay. Maybe you want to freaking ride a horse. You want to learn that skill. When is the best time to put the effort in to learn that skill? Would it be in the day when you're most alert, most active, most ready? Or would it be in the night when you're drowsy, when you're half asleep, when you're not really all with it? When would be the best time to learn a new skill? Obviously in the day when you're more active, your mind is more alert. But the challenge that I see a lot of people do, they're treating this lucid dreaming like a hobby where they're practicing all the things that they're meant to practice, But at night or halfway through the night, when they're most tired, most drowsy, of course, you might not see the results you expect if you're just focusing your energy there but not doing anything in the day when you're most active. So this is why I recommend for 5 to 20 minutes in the day, heightening your inner awareness, your inner senses. Some simple ways that you can do this. What I like to recommend, and obviously it depends on person to person, is whatever techniques you're doing at night or whatever things you're doing to induce lucid dreams, start to work with those senses. Some techniques require feelings, so maybe you're tapping the finger. Some techniques require visuals, maybe you're visualizing something. Some techniques require hearing, maybe you're listening out more intensely. Some techniques require relaxing the body. Whatever technique or techniques you're using, just start with that. So whether it's something that you're listening out for 5-20 minutes in the day, go lie down and start to listen out. Develop that skill. If it's relaxing the body, practice relaxing the body even more deeply. Then coming out of the relaxation and then going back in. A common one, if you're really stuck on which one to practice because you're like, I don't really know which technique I'm committing to, I'm kind of giving up on techniques right now. The basic one that I always get people to do is simply visualization. Visualizing yourself swimming, feeling your energy while you're swimming. Visualize yourself running, feeling your energy body running. The reason why I like this one is because this starts to not only train your inner awareness, your inner senses, but it starts to allow you to hone your awareness and keep in a different visual, a different body. Just like when you become lucid, I don't know if you ever had a lucid dream, but sometimes you can have a lucid dream and then very quickly ping back to your body, which can be even more frustrating than not lucid dreaming because you're in it and then suddenly you're out. So this is why the visualization one works, because it's training the muscle to stay with a visual, stay with another body and stay there. This will start to get you to experience things and not just logically understand it and then try to build a skill halfway through the night alone. Now, the second trait of a anti-lucid dreamer is what I call a reality assumer. Think about this. On the journey from going from a kid to a teenager to an adult, etc., somewhere along that path, we stop questioning reality. Think about it. Like as a kid, we question reality so much like probably gets on our parents' nerves when we keep asking, but why, but what's this? Somewhere along the lines, we lose that natural questioning of what reality we're in, what do things look like. And I want you to think about this, like, when was the last time that you actually was doing something mundane and you legitimately questioned reality? When was the last time that you did that? Probably not too often. But when we start to assume everything is as is, this starts to bleed into the dream as well, into the dream cycles. So meaning, you could be in a dream. You could see somebody that you haven't seen in 10 years, hasn't even been on your mind in a decade. You see them, you just take it for face value. You don't even question, oh, why am I seeing this person? I haven't seen this person since school. I haven't seen this person since back in the day. You just take it for face value, go with the dream. Maybe it's that you're in a room that you've never been in, right? But it feels familiar. Like it feels like your bedroom, but when you're looking around, it's not your bedroom. You don't even question it. Maybe it's that you're freaking seeing a pig flying. You're like, oh, cool pig flying. You don't even question it because our brains are starting to be programmed to not question anything. Now we can go deeper into why this happens, but for the purpose of this video, I want to keep it very to the point on certain things that you can do regarding a lucid dream, but there's reasons why this happens in the reality. So how do we combat being a reality assumer? Very simple. First thing is we want to start to obviously question reality. We want to start to question reality more. Plus, there's one more thing I'm going to mention. Simply question reality more. Start to question which reality you're in. And I use the terminology reality because I know in the lucid dreaming space, I come at it a bit differently because of the way that I was trained, some of the things that I learned and have experienced. From my experience, and this is for you to test out for yourself, right? In your out-of-body experiences, astral projections, lucid dreams, whatever you're doing. Sometimes people, especially in science, they say the lucid dream is just like a figment of your imagination. It's just your subconscious mind, your brain playing out different activities in the night, processing different things. Cool. I don't disagree that you're processing things. I don't disagree that your brain is active. I don't disagree on a lot of the things. But what I do want to bring to your attention is that what if it is not all just happening in your brain? What if your brain is receiving something? What if you are actually experiencing, quote unquote, a different reality that can have an effect on this reality? So when I say question your reality, it's not to lose sight of this reality and start to go, oh my gosh, I don't know what's reality. No, this is just a particular reality that you're in. When you're dreaming, you're in a different reality. So start to question when you're here, like how you feel, what's happening. Just start to bring your awareness more into the reality. I speak about this a bit in my frequent lucid dreaming formula video, where I give a particular technique for this. But a simple thing is just looking around and starting to feel how you feel, notice things in a lot more detail. The simple practice that I want to give you, right, to bring it more grounded, is I put question reality plus first time. Plus first time. What I mean by this is just like when you are a child and you look at things for the first time. Sometimes you see things multiple times, but it still feels like the first time you're seeing it. What the brain starts to do as you get older is it compartmentalizes. It puts things into a box. I say, what's this? You say TV. I say, what's this? You say car. I say, what's this? You say person. But it isn't that simple, right? It's not just simply a TV. There's a plane in front of it, it could be a glass, it could be LEDs, it could be plastic around it, it could be a frame there. It's a car, but you open up the bonnet, you see engine, you see oil, you see this thing, antifreeze, windscreen wipers, tires. It's not just one simple thing. But obviously, as we get older, the brain starts to conserve energy and it starts to compartmentalize things for ease. But the more that we start to see things for the first time, like it is genuinely the first time, this is how we start to naturally be more inquisitive, question our reality, open up our creativity and our imagination. Some things, which is why kids typically have a lot more lucid dreams naturally than adults. It's one of the factors. Even right now, you could pause the video, pick something up in your environment. It could be the most mundane thing like a pen. Look at it like it's the first time you're looking at it. What do you notice differently? It could be anything. Don't limit your mind. Don't compartmentalize that this is just a pen. See it for the first time. Maybe like I'm seeing some scratches. I'm feeling like a different awareness of the pen, feeling like a different energy to it. It has more meaning suddenly. Like it wasn't just something that my brain took for granted. It's something more meaningful. Start to do this multiple times in the day. You can do this anywhere. You can do this while you're chilling, watching TV, while you're out on a date, while you're planning your next big business project. Look at things like you're looking at them for the first time. This will start to train your brain not to take things for granted. And you never know. One time you might pick something up, look at it for the first time, and then freaking realize you're in a dream and then become lucid. You'll be surprised what doing simple things like this can start to do and awaken and bleed from this reality into the dream space. Just like if you have an argument with someone and then in the dream you dream about that person, or in the dream you dream about something and then that emotion bleeds into this when you wake up and you feel a certain way about that dream. Maybe you feel frustrated, maybe you feel excited. But these realities, they can bleed into each other. So what you do here dramatically impacts what happens there and your lucidity there. Now, what is the third and final trait of an anti-lucid dreamer? Well, this one is a big one. This one is like, I feel like I need to do like a whole mini course just on this type of thing. But to keep it pretty grounded for this video, in this day and age, it's no surprise that we are constantly scrolling, constantly being hit by dopamine, notifications. We have become external world addicts. Think about this. Have you ever had an experience where you're doing something, then suddenly there's a natural gap in what you're doing, a natural break, and you feel this need to fill that break with something else? Maybe it's like, maybe you're watching something on TV, there's an advert, like a literal break, and then you get this feeling like, oh, I'm feeling bored, let me just switch the channels, channel hop, let me find something else to watch in this moment. Or maybe it's like, maybe you're out having a meal with somebody, and when you're having that meal, they go to the toilet. Then in that moment, you pick up your phone straight away, like without even thinking. We have this tendency to start to fill our empty spaces in life with more stimulus, with more things. We start to create this space where it is mainly just input, mainly just consuming and not output, not projecting into this reality. And when we start to do this, we actually don't give time to things like questioning our reality, to things like training your awareness. We start to just stimulate and build this big dopamine hit of just external stimulus. So what can we do instead? Very simple. Not every moment needs external. Or to put simply, we can become an internal world addict. Instead of external world addict, an internal world addict. How do we do this? First of all, simply look out for these empty moments in your day. Whether it is you're at a restaurant, someone goes to the toilet, you notice yourself picking up your phone. No, put the phone back, sit there, feel your awareness in your body, feel your awareness in your reality. Look at something for the first time. Question the reality. Practice visualizing. There's a certain thing that I mentioned in my frequent lucid dreaming formula of how you can start to build your muscle of what you would do in a lucid dream, right? I speak about it at the end of the video, but you can even do things like that. Listen to me. Allow yourself to get bored. It is okay to get bored. When you are feeling bored, don't feel of it as a trigger that I'm bored, I need to do something. Feel it as a gateway to building your lucid dreaming muscles. Because I'm speaking right now about in these empty moments, but equally you can do this in the moments when you're fully active. Like right now, I'm recording this video speaking to you, but I'm very present and aware of my body. I'm very connected to my higher self. I'm not just lost in the thoughts of what am I going to say next. I'm in the flow of this moment. And I saw divine time on the clock right now. So what I'm saying here is start practicing with the empty moments. Let those be triggers to remind you. But equally, you can bridge that into all of your moments. You're speaking to a family member. You're doing some project. You're at work. Somebody's annoying you. You're speaking to somebody else. You're watching Netflix. You're watching TV. Start to use any moment to start to ground awareness in, question your reality, bring your awareness into this reality. And build your lucid dreaming muscles, right? When you're doing these things, because notice, when you're taking yourself from being logically locked and training your inner awareness, when you're taking yourself from being a reality assumer and starting to question reality and see things for the first time, when you take yourself from being an external world addict to an internal world addict, notice all these things that I'm sharing with you to do now, you're taking these little points out of the anti-lucid dreaming box and putting them into a more natural lucid dreaming box. You're building this and reducing this. And let me know in the comments which of these anti-lucid dreaming traits you notice that you have, or if it's all three. And let me know what you're going to be working on from today to start to ground your lucid dreaming habits into your reality. But I do want to say one thing though. All of this, before even doing this, there is a prerequisite. There's something that must be done first. And this is getting your subconscious mind on your side in terms of wanting to lucid dream. If you have your subconscious mind working on your side to lucid dream, you will have more lucid dreams. You will have more spontaneous lucid dreams. You will have more ideas on things that you need to do to bring the lucid dreaming into your reality in terms of experiencing it more. And the way that I recommend this is by doing things like your own desire list. I share about this in very much in depth, in the most in depth I've ever shared about it online, in this video here. So make sure to check out this video. If you have watched that video, but haven't done your desire list, because hundreds of thousands of people have watched that video, but I don't think hundreds of thousands of people have done every single point that I mentioned in that video. If you have watched it but haven't fully committed, make sure to rewatch it and actually do it now. Do that first and then work on these today. Other than that, I look forward to you becoming more of a natural lucid dreamer, clearing any anti-lucid dreaming traits. Enjoy your next lucid dream, and I'll see you in the next video.